So a common misconception we see a lot is clients investing in a farm and believing it automatically counts as a business, that they can take losses against their other income. Hi, I'm Fancher with CRS CPAs, and I just want to take a quick few minutes and talk about some of the hurdles you need to clear in order to count that farm or activity as a business and not a hobby. So typically there are 9 attributes the IRS is going to look at to determine if that farm is a hobby or not, and therefore you can take the loss. Before we get into that though, it's important to note that not one of those attributes alone will cause your farm to be considered a hobby, but it's the totality of the facts and circumstances. So we're just going to look at 5 of the most common types that we see and talk about those. So the first one, your expertise. So a business operator should have extensive knowledge of his or her profession or activity, showing that that you've at least studied accepted business practices and sought advice from experts. Do you carry that activity on in a business-like manner? You can establish this by maintaining separate personal and business bank accounts. So have your farm bank account, have your personal bank account, and keeping a good set of books and records on that activity. Your time and effort. Are you devoting at least 500 hours to the activity of farming a year? That's one of the most common ones the IRS is going to look at. Expectation of value appreciation. What we mean here is this is simply, do you have a clear expectation that the value of the land is going to increase more so than the losses you're going to recognize on the farming activity? If that's the case, then you have a good argument that that's a business activity, not a hobby activity. Do you have a long history of losses in this activity? Have you tried your hand at farming before and just kept having losses and losses, moved on to something else, came back, invested in another farm, and continue to have losses? That's going to tell the IRS that are you truly in this for profit or not? So like I said, there are just a total of 9 attributes the IRS is going to look to consider if your farm is a hobby or not. And so if you've got questions or concerns on how your farm may be classified, contact us and let us help make sure that you're safe when it comes to the hobby loss rules.